The wonderful interview, there's no right or wrong answer, right?
No, that's wrong answer.
As the superintendent of the home, I'm responsible for the overall safety and custody of the children, to see that their welfare are taken care, and children be given the ample opportunity to grow and then have their potential raised up to the level that they need to go. As a superintendent for the last 6 years, but I have the privilege to be the staff of Jamiyah organization for the last 17 years. So this is the work that you see children, and the beauty of the work is that you see them come to you helpless, vulnerable, and you help them through the process of growing, whether emotional, stable, and then what is nice and beautiful is to see them grow into an adult, and at the end of the day they are functionable and they can give back to society. All work requires passion. I guess why I stay here is because that I can see the opportunity. My work I never repeat. Working with children, I think this is gifted prospect and an opportunity to see them through. Why I work in the social work line, I guess it's a call. Nothing that I plan, but it's a call, and then we work in the home setting. It gives us the opportunity to actually share with children, the family. I was an only child, so being an only child, you don't actually have the opportunity to share the kind of thing. So when you suddenly work in a place where you call it is a home, and we call ourselves family, so I guess that is fulfilling for me also. For Jamiyah Children's Home, we taking children, we taking either walk-in cases. Walk-in cases are children who have orphans, children who are parents incarcerated in drug center or prison, children from single parent, and children from family in difficulties. The relatives can request and apply for admission, whereas the social work department will do a screening, and then we will do our home visit, and at the end of the day, if we feel there is a need for admission, we will refer to our own admission and discharge committee. But there are also other children who are referred by the ministry, community development, youth and sport under the child protection service. These children who have gone through broken dreams, they have either been neglected, been abused, they have been rough times at home and before them. So with these vulnerable issues, with these issues of safety, and there's no alternative care, that's the children of Police Jamiyah Children's Home. And our simple philosophy is we don't give them only food, drink and shelter. We want at the end of the day that they will be holistically developed, cognitively, spiritually, emotionally, academic. Empty vessel makes the most noise. So the children who give a lot of problem, they of course will be given the attention to. But because we have an individual care plan for all children, and this individual care plan are inside the case file and is reviewed from time to time. So even though you are quiet, you will not be discarded away. Your care plan will always be looked into. For example, we do not only visit children in school where they have problems. We also visit the teachers and have discussion with them, even when there's no complaint come from school. So the individual care plan will look into their education, their health, their emotional, their possible caregiver reintegration and stuff like that. So this individual care plan is important that it will not discard or miss any children who are quieter. One really important thing that what we do when they admit the home is to stabilize the emotion. When the emotion is stabilized, then children can be put into other plans, for example, reinstate to school, plans of sports, recreation, and that kind of thing. But on top of that, what also we look into is not only in terms of the education, in terms of the well-being, the basic needs of children. Every human being has to have their basic needs taken care of, then they can reach their self or the ideal self. Many of the children down here come without basic needs. Many of the children come with broken dreams. These are what we try to fix. And with the help of the society, the volunteers, the agencies, that's where all hands come together. And then the children have been helped, be motivated. And what's more important is that they get out from the vicious cycle. Of course, the fundamental element of the children in the home is to see them be successful. They first of all do well in the academic, in their character building, well-mannered. But I guess along the years, what makes it much beautiful is when the children grow up and they come back. And they come back being successful at their own rights. Some would have gone to tertiary education, some play football professionally, and I have one who came back and worked with the home. So I guess successful is still wide spectrum, but seeing them from where they came and how they behaved at the time, that's vulnerable, and now they're on their own, that will be the sweetest moment. Not really. We are blessed to have students from school, from tertiary, from institution, who actually work with the children in terms of art exposure and giving the children the opportunity to appreciate art. On the whole, when there is this opportunity of explore, what we call it, the children are given the chance to explore their own talents and their own insight. It is of course something that we look forward. It's an opportunity where the children can see what lies ahead of the academic thing. Children are so special, they are so individualizedly unique. But we can see in general, and there is an encouraging figure that arts has given another dimension in allowing the children to find their own talent and to extract and to gather other talent and strength. And we talk about children in a children's home or children in a welfare organization. When they can see strength in themselves, that will motivate them to move ahead. We have certain basic security level and in place. For example, all who want to be a volunteer with a home, they have to go through a kind of screening purposes, they have to go through interview. During the collaboration discussion, we actually put a lot of assessment and we analyze our potential volunteers. Number two, that whenever there is an activity, a staff will also be put one to so-called coordinate. But on top of all, our openness is because that we felt that alone we must do it, but we cannot do it alone. So the home and the staff caters into the administrative, the emotional, but the other parts of the holistic development, like the arts, the performing arts and stuff like that, we need the expertise from the volunteers. And that's where we always welcome the working together with Jamiyah children, so regardless of all walks of life, race and faith. Money is not a problem. It must be some philosophical words. Like money don't buy you happiness, money don't buy you peace. But if you got no money now, you cannot move. But what I'm trying to teach the so-called children is values and other qualities in life are also very much important. For example, there is notion say that love is free, trust must be earned. That is just right behind you. that so-called notice. It gives the implication, you see, children, you just need to speak them sometimes in a philosophical way that is very easily and soothing to the ears. Like no free lunch. It teaches children that it's not we receive all the time, but most of the time we will earn about it. So again, do we have good supporters in terms of financial assistance here and there, and of course money is never enough. So what is more important here is the children holistic developmental growth, their manners, their character building. And I think it's an asset. Not every one of them can go to university, but at least if they reach to a very high credible in their moral and character building, I believe that they will be somebody in the society that they can be respected and get respect with. Well, I guess what is a lot important is the spirit of the community. For example, for this particular art event, or so-called art project where children are being put into, it's something new. The stop motion animation. Yeah. At first, I was like, what? We do not know. You do not know what's happening. You know? But when I bump into the children and they start talking about it, for example, that they are given a new innovative way in how they can express themselves, and I think that is awesome, because apart from the conventional way of children articulating themselves, this one program allows children to express safely, and also with the technology and animation, and also understand that the children are put through into some other exposure in terms of Photoshop and that kind of thing. So yeah, they feel important, they feel great. So this is one part of how the community can come together, and as a group we can make a difference in the child's life.